Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Akashic Rose with Sabrina Dawn. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. So I got a beautiful surprise yesterday. So I have 4 kids. My oldest is Emma. She's 23. And I got this beautiful gift in the mail yesterday. She's like, Mom, have you been to the mail today? I'm like, no. She's like, oh, you should. Little did I know. And this was so much fun opening. This is rainbow fluorite. And you can see, oh, my lamp above. You can't really, it's kind of hiding some of the, but it's absolutely gorgeous. And this is great for grounding and spirit and harmonizing our spiritual energies. It's great for the upper chakras and helping us connect to our intuition. I have heard of it from people that come into the shop. I've heard of it also being really good for like anxiety and depression and stress. That's what people have said. I haven't worked with it in that way. I don't have anxiety, so I haven't worked with it in that way, but that's what they were saying. I do find it calming. It's very soothing. I like the feel of it in my hands, but yes, it's a beautiful crystal sphere. Rainbow fluorite. So thank you, Emma, if you're watching. And Kitty agrees. All right, so today we're going to start with the Angel Tarot by Radleigh Valentine. Let's see. What would the angels like to speak about today? What message would you like to give the collective? A message in the highest healing order to support them on their path. Okay, a couple cards fell out, so let's see what's going on here. 3 cards. Okay. Oh my gosh, guys, wait till you see what came out. So release, Archangel Azrael, the end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation, time to move on. That's 13. The Hermit. I didn't even want to tell it. I just wanted to show you the 8 of Swords, guys. The 8 of Air, the 8 of Swords. Okay. But actually, what I'm hearing, so I believe I mentioned it yesterday, like this card. Hi, Kitty. Hold on. Hold on, baby. So the Hermit is the number 9, and it is in reverse. And I feel like the way that it came out is really important. So we have release, the Hermit in reverse, 8 of Air. And I feel like this one does piggyback a bit off of yesterday's. So it is time to release that hermit within, okay? It's time to come out of being a hermit, okay? The 8 of Swords is what was in your way. That is what was holding you back, that self-imprisonment, okay? I believe I talked about the 8 of Swords again in yesterday's video, even though it didn't come up. And this is, I'm not surprised because it is in the energy of the collective, that self-imprisonment. And the part, oh, look at all those beautiful white roses. It's time for you to blossom. Do you see all of these beautiful white roses in the field? Archangel Azrael is coming and saying, it's time to release and let go of the things that are holding you back. You are fully supported and nurtured. Look at that, is a white horse snuggling. It looks actually like a different animal. So it's not even another horse. Okay, so you know what it is that you were trying to manifest or you're afraid of. It could be that it's different than what you were expecting. It could be that you are just really wrapped up in fears, not wanting to move forward. If you haven't watched yesterday's video, I highly recommend you watch that one because this one is like a continuation of it. So the Hermit, Archangel Raziel. Raziel is a beautiful third eye. A third eye, like magician-like energy for opening up your intuition in your third eye. He's like the archangel of like a Merlin archangel, and you can kind of see that in this picture. Just that long beard, the wisdom. Oh. But it's in reverse. So what I'm feeling like is that what you're trying to release would be all of those fears in the self-negative talk from yesterday. So that's what it's time to release, and you're ready to step in and to release it, because this is two major arcana cards, which are really big spirit like induced energy. Okay, so it's time. It's like it is now time. Spirit is saying, the divine is saying, the angels are saying, it is time to release all of that self-talk and to step forward. And if you can't release it, you have a choice to not identify with what you're thinking about. If you are holding yourself, if you're looking in the mirror and saying negative things, you have the power, you have the choice to start pulling the plug on those negative thoughts. It is time to come out of hermit. What have you been holding back? What have you not been wanting to express out into the world? Where have you been hiding? Because you don't feel like you should be seen in some way, or you're scared to be seen in some way. You're afraid to be validated. You're afraid to be seen. That's what they're saying. So it's time to come out of that hermit. Okay, you're letting go of hermit. This is the release. And Kitty is really agreeing with this. And look at the Eight of Swords. It's walking through that the illusion of self imprisonment. So an illusion of being trapped, a lack of self-confidence, afraid to take action. This is what has been running the show here on the show, on this channel for a little bit. You know, we released it a little bit, then we slip back in, and that's completely okay. That is just growth and process, and you learn about yourself. So, but what I'm seeing is, you see how this unicorn, just like a few weeks ago, you know, the horn is coming out of the third eye, and it is charging forward. It is leaving behind that imprisonment, being, trapped back here in that hermit mode. It's time to come out of hermit mode and charge forward with proper vision and hope. Remember yesterday we had this card, crystal clear intention, right? So, that's what I see here too. It's like that lasered focus. Like, I am not going to allow these thoughts to hold me back and send me back into hermit mode and make me, afraid of the change, the transformation, the end of an old way. It's, it's afraid. It can be scary to move on. Wow. Eight of Swords had to come up, didn't it? Oh, bugger. So this is the Denise Lind Sacred Traveler cards. Okay. Please clarify, release hermit in the Eight of Air. And Archangel Azrael, he is great for getting in touch with your ancestry. So you could call on him. We have family ancestry in our field at all times. We have, cellular memories. We have all kinds of things in our field that can be released, that can be unconsciously motivating us and we don't realize it. So, there could be, if you, it could be that on one of your family lines or both family lines, somebody really didn't step into their power and really afraid to do it. They didn't express themselves out into the world. They were afraid to be seen. They were afraid to shine their light and to be fully recognized. Okay. And I'm hearing this is for the people who identify as feminine. I feel like that this is a really feminine energy. So you probably had a grandmother line with a grandmother, that just was not fully allowing themselves to step in. There was a low self-esteem. But that's what's up to be cleared. And Archangel Azrael is good for healing that ancestral patterns. Okay, so that's the Earth Star. It's a chakra that's 18 inches below the feet. That helps you really connect to the core of Mother Earth. And Lulu agrees. So you may want to look up Earth Star chakra and just find out more about it, balance it. But Archangel Azrael loves to work with you in that chakra to help you release any ancestral blocks and bring in also the positive. They're showing me like this picture here. Bring in this the positive and beautiful energy of connecting to your ancestors and the things that were positive about them. So like for my grandmother, one of my grandmothers, I have two very lovely grandmothers. Hi guys. But the one that I'm speaking of, she was actually highly intuitive. She read coffee grinds and read cards, and she also lived a life of devotion to Paramahansa Yogananda for 30 years. So, that's stuff that I draw on all the time. And one of the things with her is also that she did have a low self-esteem, from a very young age, and it's something she definitely struggled against her entire life. And, and I just heard that in some of the statements that, she would talk to me about. I love her very much. But these are two things that, you can call upon. You can release the ancestral line. And I'm just giving you an example of mine, of like that self-talk, that negative self-talk, the not being seen, not stepping fully into who you are. And then calling on the wisdom and the grace and the support and unconditional love of that ancestor. Okay. So that's what I would do. And then I just put this down. And I looked, and I didn't put it like this, which I would normally do. I did it like this, face up, and discovering truth. You stand in the light of truth. And the way to stand in the light of truth is, connecting to the earth star chakra beneath your feet. Ground yourself, staying very solid in who you are, and allowing the turbulent energies of society and of family situations and expectations, and to let go of it and stand in your truth and go in a way that is your own way. Okay, do you see? Remember I told you with this card here that it may look different than you were expecting, and Kitty's really agreeing with this, that the masses, society, family expectations, all of that could be pointing you in this direction, but you in your heart and soul know to be going this way. It was 11:11 on the on the time clock. Okay, and look, at packed and ready to go. That to me, piggybacking off of yesterday, okay, that to me is like the page, what was it? The page of earth, yeah. The page, I think it was the page of pentacles, right? So that is the student who's ready to go, and he's ready to walk into that night energy, and he's starting to move. So this person here is discovering the truth of who they are and ready to move forward and out into the world. Letting go of that that entrapment. You're releasing the family and societal expectations and to step into who you are. All right, so now we are going to, I have two different decks here. Hold on, sorry guys. Okay, they're saying this one. Okay. All right, this is the Lemurian Star Child Oracle. The Lemurians and the archangels like to say to help support us in, whoa, that was beautiful. The way it just fell, it fell right onto Mother Mary. I have this little statue, which actually is one of my grandmothers, not the one I was speaking of, but my other grandmother. Okay, let's see. Stepping stones. Take the next step. Let go of the old paradigm. Yes. Okay. Societal expectations, family expectations, all of that stuff. Leave behind the old paradigm. You are you. You have your own energy. You have your own light to shine, and step into that. You don't have to mimic anybody else who's come before you. Okay. You can be you. Do your thing. Work your light. Take the next step. I love it. So it all begins with a step. Okay. Maybe you ordered something and now you're going to step forward, in practice with that. Okay. Maybe it's to, let's say create a YouTube channel, create the channel. You don't have to upload yet. Nobody's going to know it. Nobody's going to see it, but you can create it. You can play with the name. You can do what you want there. You can record and not upload. You can look at it and see if you like it. You can do all of that. I still get nervous sitting in front of this camera. I still, get all kinds of things, but I just took the next step. I took steps, and it took me months to get to doing this with you guys. And it took me a couple months after that to be doing it face to face. One of the positive things that came out of being in quarantine for me was doing the dailies. wasn't doing this before. So, stepping stones. It is time for you to discover your truth and take the next step, right? Because you're coming out of that illusional energy of imprisonment or of entrapment. And releasing the old paradigm. Thank you, Lemurians. That was very poignant. As always, I love them. Okay, let's see. It's time to take the next step, guys. They're saying it. They're showing me. They're showing me it's not here. But I'm seeing like on the water, I'm seeing like little rocks, and like you take like jumping the rocks, and water is emotion to me. So when they're showing me that, they're showing me like you not falling into the deep depths of your emotions, and plowing through some of that old tapes, that old paradigm, the old system, the old naysayer inside your head, the doubting Thomas inside your head. Now, doubting Thomas can be helpful, right? Because that helps you keep your autonomy, helps you like, oh, let me think about that before I just sign on the dotted line kind of thing. So doubting Thomas is good, but it can also get in your way if you identify with the doubting Thomas too much, and it gets in your way. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful reading. Oh, that stepping stone card came out. It lit up my heart. Hi, Lulu. Hi. Do you want to say hi? Yes. Say hi to everybody. Yes. Yes, I know. But I have to continue the reading. Thank you for coming on and saying hi, being our little mascot, giving messages. Okay? You guys haven't seen her in a little bit, so I thought I would pull her up and say hi. Maybe tomorrow what I'll do is I'll have Kitty. I'll bring Kitty and put Kitty on my shoulder. All right, let's see. Let's see. This is the Angel Inspiration deck by Kim Dreyer. Oh, hold on. Oh, it's like way underneath my chair. Oh, I know. Like, step into the light. This is exactly what I was saying here. It's like it is time to move forward. It's time to shine your light. And you can do that by accepting the light within, stepping in it, allowing it to radiate from your heart, radiating it out, okay, and letting the world know who you are. And it doesn't mean that, you're going to have instant success, that there isn't going to be trials and tribulations. You're not going to make mistakes and stumble. It doesn't mean any of that. But what it means is that you are taking the step to allow yourself to being seen, allowing yourself to be who you are so that you can fulfill what your heart is trying to tell you to fulfill. It could be something big and grand scheme. It could be something really small. Okay, it could be different ways. Oh my goodness. And the truth that you're discovering is the light within you so that you can shine it out. But first you have to, release some of that old ancestral patterns, some of that society expectations. Sometimes we also can feel entrapped, but like, okay, they're giving me the example. So, they were, and I just said this a minute ago, they were telling me to do these dailies and to show my face and stuff like that, and it was scaring the bejeebers out of me, guys. Some of you know that ones who come to my meditation group on Sunday mornings when it was in person, they would, I would talk about that, here and there and stuff like that. It was just a really big button to show my face, and that's why you can see lots of readings with my hands. So I forget where I was going. Oh, yes, the self-imprisonment. So, it was not until the coronavirus, the lockdown that happened. And I was like, I really want to stay connected to my spiritual community. So I'm going to do the dailies. And I also started the free Archangel meditation that's weekly. Okay. And so if you want to know more about that, you can email me in my email down below in the description box, or you can check out my website at sabrinadawn.net. And I have, the information all there. But anyways, so that's, that was like my way of trying to stay connected to my spiritual community and to the people that, help, that helped me along my path, stay positive and stuff like that. But I had a choice there. I could have felt imprisoned. I could have, spiraled down and listened to the naysaying voices inside my head, because I'm telling you right now, they were there. They were absolutely there. And sometimes they still are. Okay. But I decided to charge ahead, step into the light that was within me, which is the divine and the angels pulling me forward so I could discover the truth, take the steps I need to release the old paradigm and come out of hermit energy. And now it's time for you to take that step and come out of hermit energy. If you've already taken the step and come out of hermit energy, and you're on a different path than just being like locked inside and not knowing how to express yourself, or just being fearful now, or you may know the how but fearful to do it. But if you're already doing it and you're already starting, what I'm hearing is that this still applies for you, because there's a part of you that still is energetically, if this is resonating at all, there's a part of you energetically that still wants to be in the comfort, Lulu, wants to be in the comfort of that hermit energy, not being seen. There's a part of you that wants to fall into that and not keep pushing forward and keep putting in the work. So keep that in mind for anybody who is not, has already taken steps moving forward, okay? And Lulu was shaking at that time. So, clearing those thoughts, right? Clearing those thoughts and, not identifying with them as much, knowing that they are part of the ego. They are something that is an old voice that's telling you who you were in the past and trying to keep you there. And say, oh, no, 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 no. I am the light, and I work with the light. And I may have moments where I forget this, but this is my truth. This is the truth that I have discovered. And I am going to take the next step. The old paradigm can fall away. Okay? All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and please give a like and a comment. And also, if you subscribe, there's a little notification bell. If you hit the notification bell, that notification bell will tell you when I upload. Okay, it will send an email to your email and let you know when. So if you want to do that, you're always welcome to do that as well. Okay, all right. Thank you so much. All my love. Mwah.